Very good morning, students. Today we are going to revise civics lesson, that is chapter 3. Why do we need a parliament? What is our lesson name? Why do we need a parliament? Topics in this lesson, that is why do people decide, why should people decide, then people and their representative, the role of the parliament, and who are the people in the parliament. So major four topics we want to study: why should people decide, people and their representatives, the role of the parliament, and who are the people in the parliament. Then first question it is, why should people decide? So we can see that one, the harsh experience of a colonial rule as well as the participation of different people in struggle for freedom made the nationalists that all persons in the independent India would be able to participate in the making decision. So what was our past experience? From that our forefathers they learned, or the freedom fighters or the national leaders they learned what they learned. Because of the colonial rule, we never got chance to make our own decision in our own country. We was suppressed by the colonial rulers. So what they are saying, like that we are the leaders, they thought like that each and every people they should get participation in decision making when India become independent. So in independent India, each and every person should get the participation in the decision making process. So that's why people want to decide. Second, thus to fulfill the dream and the aspiration of the freedom struggle after the constitution of independent India, that laid down a principle of universal adult franchise, that is all adult citizens of the country have the right to vote. And directly, if you are looking to the history of Britain, UK or USA or France, like the developed countries, they got this adult franchise many years later after they are becoming single nation or independent nation. But in India, when we become independent, the first constitution when we made, that time itself we got what we got: adult franchise or principle of universal adult franchise. So those who completed 21 years or those who become major one, they all of them having, if boy or girl from any caste, any religion, any gender, we are from any area also, we are not thinking keeping like that any discrimination, all of us having the right to vote. So it is one of the important point. If you are looking to UK and all, 1925 only it got ladies election voting right and all. They become independent country like that in 1707, after 18th century, 19th century, after 200 years. Then only ladies got the permission to cast their vote. And if you are looking to Saudi Arabia not a democratic country, then also ladies got voting right in 2015 only ladies got permission to vote. Still they are having the restrictions like that, getting driving license and all. Next one, people and the representative. What is the duty of the people, or how they are selecting the representative? The decision of the people that creates a democratic government and decide about its functioning. So why we want people should participate, or why we want to select our representative? Because the decision of the people, that with the help of the representative or direct, that only helping the or that only creating the democratic government. If we are following democracy, each and every people should participate in the decision making and decides about its functioning, and people only deciding that one how the government should work. The parliament, which is made up of all representatives together, control and guide the government. So the three duties of the this representative or the parliament. First one, parliament is made up of representatives, so they want to represent the people whom elected them as a representative MP. Then second one, they want to control the government and they want to guide the government. So they are the representatives who are selected by the people. By that representatives, we are like to control and guide our government. Next one, the role of the parliament. The country is divided into numerous constituencies, and each of these constituencies elects one person to be parliament. So we have seen when we studied that lesson, 543 elected members and 2 nominated members, like that 545 constituencies having. So make into small regions to select, or areas to select our representative. That area we will call it constituencies. So that again we studied in 7th standard about state assembly constituencies. Here we are studying about the parliament MP election constituencies. Once elected, these candidates become members of the parliament or MPs. The members of parliament or central government members, what we are called MPs. These MPs together make up parliament. So we have seen that one in 7th standard when we studied all MLAs together making the legislative assembly in the state. Like that, all MLAs together they are making the parliament in the central level. And Lok Sabha is usually elected once every 5 years. Please note when after the duration of the Lok Sabha, that is for 5 years. After the formation of the parliament, need to perform the following functions. 3 functions we are having. Select the national government. After becoming MPs, they are having 3 duties, or parliament having 3 duties. First one, to select the national government, to control, guide and inform the government, and lawmaking. So what they are doing, MPs together, they are making the national government, then they will control and guide and inform the government, then lawmaking. To select this national, what all things we are doing, how we are doing that one. The parliament in India consists of President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So the parliament, who are they? Who are the members of parliament? President, Rajya Sabha members and Lok Sabha members. Then what we want to understand, what is Lok Sabha? For a political party to perform the government in Lok Sabha, they must have a majority of elected MPs. Since there are 543 elected members plus 2 nominated members in Lok Sabha, half a majority of a party should have at least half numbers, that is 272 members or more. So if one party want to become the ruling party, they should get more than half of the vote, that is out of 545 we want to get 272 vote. And if different political parties the government, then this is known as a coalition government. So if the 2 or 3 parties together, for example here AIDMK or DMK, when they are ruling, they may get the help of Congress or BJP or some other small parties, then we will call it coalition government. Only if 2 or more parties coming together and making the government, then it is known as coalition government. This happens if any single party didn't get clear majority in Lok Sabha. We can see that one in Karnataka or Maharashtra having the coalition government. Here also with Jayalalitha's party DMK, they are having the BJP members, and with Karunanidhi's party DMK, the Congress, they are standing, and like that only we are conducting election. So again the research, what research you want to conduct, the Tamil Nadu state government or in the national central government ruled by the coalition government, or coming together different parties and ruled the country or made the government. So you want to conduct a research, small research with the help of it, you will get it, find out what you want to find out. Coalition governments, how many coalition government, how many single party governments we had in central level here in India. The next one, the Prime Minister of India is the leader of the ruling party in the Lok Sabha. Which party is getting more than half of the vote? They will select a leader. That leader him as a prime minister, and prime minister is selecting other ministers, and with the help of president they are getting the appointment. Okay, from MPs who belong to her party or his party, the prime minister selects the ministers to work with her to implement the decision. Next comes the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha functions primarily as a representative of the states of India in the parliament. Each and every what we can say, the this Rajya Sabha members, they are working the representative of the state. Legislation and a bill is required to pass through the Rajya Sabha in order to become a law. So not only in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha also want to get the majority vote when we are making the new rules and regulations. Members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the Legislative Assembly of various states. So the all MLAs together, every state's MLAs together, they are selecting from representative to the Rajya Sabha from particular state, and we are having, there are 233 elected members plus 12 members nominated by the president. So president is nominating 12 members, and total we are having 233 elected members. Again another one study, 545 members we are having, we said, as Lok Sabha. 233 elected members are in Rajya Sabha, and 12 members are nominated members. So from that, how many members from Tamil Nadu, means how many Lok Sabha constituencies are there in Tamil Nadu? Second one, how many members, Rajya Sabha members from Tamil Nadu, and how many members nominated, present government, how many nominated Rajya Sabha members are there from Tamil Nadu? One small study you want to conduct. The next point, it is to control, guide and inform the government, that we will continue in next video.